What if the narrative you've always believed about Taylor Swift's most infamous feuds was nothing more than a carefully crafted illusion? Beneath the surface of public meltdowns and headline-grabbing disputes lies something far more sinister, an elaborate game of manipulation, betrayal, and calculated revenge. Her most intense clashes weren't fueled by simple misunderstandings or bruised egos. They were the result of deeply rooted power plays, hidden agendas, and high-stakes secrets that stretch all the way to the top of the entertainment world. Shite everything shifted. September 13, 2009, the MTV Video Music Awards. Taylor Swift, then just 19, wins Best Female Video for her hit You Belong With Me. As she walks up to receive her very first VMA, she has no idea that her shining moment is about to take a dramatic turn. But here's the part they never put in the official story. Kanye West's stage invasion wasn't as random as it seemed. According to those familiar with the backstage atmosphere, the tension had been building for some time, and his actions may not have been as impulsive as the world believed. Kanye took the mic and famously interrupted, saying, "Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'ma let you finish, but Beyoncé had one of the best videos of all time." Gasps erupted from the audience. Beyoncé looked stunned, and Taylor stood frozen in shock, publicly humiliated in front of millions. What viewers didn't see was Taylor walking off stage in tears, or the chaotic whirlwind of fallout that followed behind the scenes. That single moment ignited a bitter, long-running feud that still casts a shadow over pop culture to this day. The consequences came fast and harsh. While Taylor's celebration was ripped away, the true conflict was only beginning. Behind closed doors, industry veterans whispered about how this wasn't merely about an award. It was about dominance, about shaping narratives, and about deciding who holds the reins of success in music. What looked like a shocking moment on live TV was actually the opening act of a much bigger and darker story: the hidden manipulation. For years, the public believed the 2009 incident was water under the bridge. By 2015, Taylor and Kanye seemed to have made peace. They appeared friendly at award shows, and Kanye even hinted they might collaborate on music. Kim Kardashian was even spotted at Taylor's concerts with her sister Kendall. Everything seemed perfect, but it was all a setup for the most devastating betrayal yet to come. What nobody knew was that powerful forces in the music industry were already plotting Taylor's downfall. The machine was in motion, and Taylor was about to become the target of a coordinated attack that would nearly destroy her career. The players were positioning themselves, and the weapon they would use was something Taylor never saw coming: her own words, twisted and manipulated against her. In January 2016, while Taylor was on vacation with her family, she received a phone call that would change everything. Kanye was on the other end, and what he told her seemed reasonable, even respectful. He wanted to include a line about her in his new song, Famous, and he was asking for her permission. The conversation seemed friendly, collaborative even. Taylor felt like maybe they had truly moved past their issues. She had no idea she was walking into a trap that had been months in the making. But that wasn't the whole story. What Taylor didn't know was that this phone call was being recorded, and the people behind the recording had no intention of using it fairly. They were building a case against her, collecting evidence that would later be weaponized in the most public and humiliating way possible. The phone call that broke the internet February 2016. Kanye releases Famous with the lyrics, "I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex, here's why. I made that bitch famous." Taylor is blindsided. This wasn't what they discussed on the phone. She never agreed to being called that bitch, and the sexual reference was completely new. When she speaks out against the song, Kanye and his team claim she approved everything. The gaslighting begins immediately. Taylor's team releases a statement saying she never approved the derogatory term, but Kanye's camp insists she's lying. The he said she said battle rages for months, with Taylor being painted as a liar and a manipulator. Her reputation starts to crumble as people begin to question her version of events. The pressure is mounting, and Taylor has no idea that the worst is yet to come. Then came July 17th, 2016, the day that nearly ended Taylor Swift's career. Kim Kardashian, Kanye's wife, posted a series of videos on Snapchat that appeared to show Taylor approving the famous lyrics during that January phone call. The internet exploded. Tagged by Radar, Taylor Swift Eyes Over party started trending worldwide. Millions of people were calling her a snake, a liar, and worse. But here's what Kim's carefully edited clips didn't show: the full context of the conversation. The recordings were strategically cut to make Taylor look like she was lying, when in reality, she had never approved the most offensive parts of the song. The manipulation was masterful and devastating. Taylor later revealed that she felt like her career was over, describing it as a career death. She disappeared from public life for over a year, and when she returned, she was a different person entirely. The business betrayal. While Taylor was rebuilding her image and her career, another betrayal was brewing, one that would hit her where it hurt most: her music. June 30th, 2019 became the day Taylor Swift learned that her entire musical legacy had been sold out from under her. Scott Borchetta, the founder of Big Machine Records and someone Taylor considered a father figure, had sold her master recordings to Scooter Braun, the same man who had managed Kanye West during their feud. This wasn't just a business transaction, it was personal. Taylor had tried to buy back her own masters, but Borchetta refused to sell them to her. Instead, he sold them to someone he knew would use them against her. The betrayal cut deep because Taylor had made Borchetta rich with her music, and this was how he repaid her loyalty. But the manipulation went even deeper. When Taylor tried to bid on her own work after Braun decided to sell, his team demanded she sign a non-disclosure agreement first. Taylor's legal team said they had never seen anything like it. It was the kind of NDA typically used to silence assault accusers, not to facilitate a business transaction. They wouldn't even quote her team a price. The masters were never truly for sale to her. The financial implications were staggering. These weren't just songs, they represented hundreds of millions of dollars in future earnings. Every time one of her old songs played on the radio, streamed on Spotify, or was used in a commercial, Scooter Braun would profit from Taylor's work. It was the ultimate power play, designed to control and profit from her creativity for decades to come. The collateral damage. The Swift feuds didn't happen in a vacuum. They destroyed relationships and careers along the way. Katy Perry, once a friend, got caught in the crossfire when backup dancers became pawns in a larger game. What started as a business dispute over tour personnel escalated into a years-long public battle that damaged both artists. The John Mayer connection made everything worse. Taylor had dated Mayer in 2010, and when their relationship ended badly, she wrote "Dear John," a scathing takedown that left Mayer feeling really humiliated. When Katy started dating Mayer in 2012, it added another layer of complexity to an already messy situation. Suddenly, it wasn't just about backup dancers. It was about loyalty, betrayal, and choosing sides. The media loved the drama, but the human cost was real. Friendships were destroyed, professional relationships were severed, and careers were damaged. The entertainment industry became a battlefield where artists were forced to choose sides, and neutrality wasn't an option. Everyone who got close to Taylor Swift risked becoming collateral damage in her wars. Even Beyoncé, who had tried to stay above the fray, found herself dragged into the mess. Her gracious gesture of inviting Taylor back on stage at the 2009 VMAs was used as ammunition by both sides for years. The Queen of Pop became an unwilling participant in a feud that she never wanted to be part of. The revenge era. Taylor Swift's comeback wasn't just about reclaiming her narrative. It was about systematic revenge against everyone who had wronged her. The 2017 album Reputation was her declaration of war, but it was just the beginning. She had learned to play the game better than anyone, and she was about to show the world what calculated vengeance looked like. The re-recording project wasn't just about owning her music, it was about making her enemies' investments worthless. Every time she released a Taylor's version album, the value of the original masters decreased. It was financial warfare disguised as artistic integrity, and it was brilliant. Scooter Braun eventually sold the masters to Shamrock Holdings, but the damage was done. Taylor had turned her victimization into a weapon. But the most shocking revelation came in 2024 with the release of The Tortured Poets Department. Hidden in the track listing was "Thank You, Amy," a song that spelled out Kim in capital letters and told the story of a bully who had tried to destroy her. The lyrics were devastating. "And one day, your kid comes home singing a song that only us two is gonna know is about you." It was a promise that the feud would outlast Kim herself, affecting even her children. The song wasn't just revenge, it was a masterclass in psychological warfare. Taylor had waited 8 years to deliver this blow, and she did it in the most public way possible. The message was clear: cross Taylor Swift, and she will make sure the world never forgets what you did to her. The truth they don't want you to know. Here's what the industry doesn't want you to understand. Taylor Swift's feuds were never really about personal drama. They were about power, control, and who gets to shape the narrative in the entertainment industry. Every attack on Taylor was designed to diminish her influence and reduce her to a stereotype: the crazy ex-girlfriend, the vindictive woman, the manipulative victim. The phone call recordings, the master's sale, the public humiliation campaigns, they were all part of a larger strategy to control one of the most powerful artists in the world. When traditional methods of control failed, they tried to destroy her credibility and turn the public against her. The goal was to make her so toxic that she would have no choice but to play by their rules. But they underestimated Taylor Swift's intelligence, her resilience, and her ability to turn victimization into power. She didn't just survive their attacks, she used them to become stronger, richer, and more influential than ever before. Every attempt to destroy her only added to her legend and proved that she couldn't be controlled. The recent legal battles involving Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni have even dragged Taylor into new controversies, with her being subpoenaed in connection with allegations and counter-allegations. The pattern continues. Taylor Swift's name gets pulled into conflicts that reveal the darker side of Hollywood power dynamics. The untold truth is that Taylor Swift's feuds were never just about her. They were about an industry that couldn't handle a young woman who refused to be controlled, who demanded ownership of her work, and who had the audacity to fight back when powerful men tried to diminish her. Every attack on her was really an attack on the idea that artists, especially female artists, could have agency over their own careers and narratives. Today, Taylor Swift stands as one of the most powerful people in entertainment, but the wars that made her who she is continue to rage behind the scenes. The feuds may seem like ancient history, but the forces that created them are still at work, still trying to control and manipulate the next generation of artists. Taylor's story isn't just about celebrity drama, it's about the price of power and the cost of refusing to be silenced. What other secrets are the music industry hiding from us? If Taylor Swift's story taught us anything, it's that the truth is always more shocking than what we see on the surface. Drop a comment below with the celebrity feud you want us to expose next. Because every headline has a hidden story, and we're just getting started. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss when we reveal the untold truth behind your favorite stars' biggest controversies. The rabbit hole goes deeper than you think, and we're about to pull back the curtain on all of it.